Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about the recent events at Berkeley, California. A conservative group was holding a patriot prayer rally there on Sunday that was permitted and going along pretty peacefully until Antifa terrorists showed up. Thousands of Antifa protesters showed up, wearing all black and masked like thugs that are about to rob a bank. Well, they showed up to violently take down this right-wing rally. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's because this is pretty much the same thing that happened in Charlottesville a few weeks ago. Except this time, it's been a lot harder for the media to defend the far left and Antifa. Without any fake Nazis or KKK members to take misleading pictures of, it's pretty clear in Berkeley that Antifa are the bad guys. But while I really think they are the baddies, I feel like Antifa doesn't even know it yet.
The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit.
They've got skulls on them. Have you noticed that our caps have actually got little pictures of skulls on them?
I don't,
Hans, are we the baddies?
And without the Nazi propaganda photos and the actual death that happened in Charlottesville, it looks like the Antifa in Berkeley is finally getting the proper condemnation they deserved. From the beginning, even MSNBC was calling them out on the Morning Joe show, and that's saying a lot. Check this clip out.
The event was branded as a peaceful stand against hate rally, but quickly turned into the opposite. It came after organizers had canceled a separate anti-Marxist rally, citing concerns over safety. The Los Angeles Times linked to this video posted on Twitter, which purported to show Antifa members beating down an apparent alt-righter.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to deny the Antifa violence now, guys. This looks like a gang beatdown. They're wearing all black and they're doing this shit on camera. What fucking idiots. Antifa in America is emboldened, to say the least. And why shouldn't they be? They've been getting a free pass from the media and the public all year. Until now, apparently. This event inspired a new cartoon from Ben Garrison, which I retweeted earlier today. This is a great illustration that shows why Antifa has gone so far off the reservation. They're not only supported by the characters on the left with their money, it's also their left-wing rhetoric that has made things more volatile, violent, and incendiary. You've got celebrities like Michael Moore and Kathy at the top here saying violent things like resist and decapitate Trump. This is used to dehumanize the president and all of the left's opposition. Then there's the media elites like Rachel Maddow on the left here, making a false equivalence between Trump and Hitler, which also feeds into the everyone who's not a communist is a Nazi narrative coming from the media, further vilifying the right-wingers, which not only tries to lower the conservatives to murderous genocidal maniacs, but it also makes Antifa falsely think they're some kind of heroes, fighting Nazis in the streets. Antifa thinks they're fucking Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade or some shit.
Beck? Tickets, please.
Boss.
No ticket.
And last here on the bottom, you got an actual politician, Bernie Sanders, a communist, but a politician still. And he's saying Trump is dangerous. Trump's not just wrong or making decisions that Bernie disagrees with. No, Trump is an endangerment to society, according to these types. And that's why the brainwashed Antifa fags think they're in the right here, with their violence and their beatdowns like back in the video from MSNBC. Antifa thinks they can beat down innocent conservatives because they've been told over and over again that they're not just conservatives they disagree with. No, they're Nazis who are dangerous to society. The violence isn't just warranted. Antifa violence has been encouraged all around.
This is an ongoing problem in Berkeley especially, where members of the far left are using violence to shut down free speech and there to shut down demonstrators.
Look, this is new. This is not just scuffles between rival protesters. Right, this is shutting down someone else's speeches with a violent assault.
It's not really new to us, Guy. It's new to you because you refused to believe it before. This is what happened in Charlottesville all over again.
The police, I mean, when the police see these guys coming in with masks, they need to do, I think they did it in Auburn, Alabama, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, take your mask off.
Yeah. Yep.
Take your mask off because you have a history of beating people and hiding behind that mask. Take your mask off.
I'm honestly pretty surprised to see Morning Joe finally coming out and saying stuff like this. They've been left-wing anti-Trump for so long, it's pretty damn refreshing to hear them condemn Antifa and the left, their former cohorts. But just wait, this actually gets even better.
Also, I resent the branding of these as anti-fascist protesters. They are nothing if not fascistic in their behavior.
They're fascist in their behavior, aren't they? There's nothing anti-fascist about that.
But it gets to a larger issue that you referenced, and it's the suppression of free speech on college campuses that is getting to near epidemic proportion.
Am I in the real world now, guys? I must be dreaming because I just heard a liberal news outlet not only call out Antifa and show that they're not anti-fascist, but they also gave lip service to the freedom of speech. God bless America. There might be hope out there just yet, guys. Also, remember this moment when people say I'm always negative and hating on the news. Today, MSNBC and the media are getting their credit for once, because they're doing the right thing, of course.
What's your problem in Berkeley? Why can't you protect free speech? If you need me to help you out, we can get some people that will actually protect the First Amendment. Okay? You know where we are. Call us. We'll help you. But this sort of thuggery going on in your streets, on your college campuses, is an absolute disgrace.
Damn, Joe, you trying to seduce me? Oh my gosh, I think I'm blushing. Seriously, I'm gonna fall in love with you if you keep whispering sweet little nothings like this into my ears. This is the real problem that's been hard to get to, really. The police and local officials are fucking letting Antifa run amok, letting them destroy property and fucking beating people on the ground like goddamn street gangs. The Berkeley police could have stopped this shit. I wouldn't say it's all their fault, but they're definitely not helping. And in some cases, they're throwing conservatives under the bus, throwing them to the den of wolves that is Antifa. In some cases, it was even reported that cops were basically told to stand down and let the left go wild. Same thing the officials did in Charlottesville. The police weren't in between the two groups guarding people. They were off to the side watching Antifa bash people with fucking bats.
And by the way, if anybody disagrees with you, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be thrown in jail if you do that again.
Okay.
Hit somebody on the head, go straight to jail.
Made.
Wait, is there no law and order out there?
Point made.
You can't even say law and order,
Joe.
can you? I suppose that's bad.
That's threatening.
Well
That's threatening.
done now.
See, some snowflakes just melted because I said law and order.
All right.
Morning Joe was on a roll here, until his buzzkill wife had to start reeling him back in. I guess we can only expect so much. I mean, that's probably really the biggest call out you could ask for, especially coming from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Berkeley has got issues, to say the least. Like they said in the video, this has been happening over there over and over again. Like earlier in the year when Milo and Ann Coulter were protested for trying to speak there. These lefty Antifa fags can't even let people speak at a college. And I'm sure the rich liberal douches of Berkeley have enough money for enough cops to stop this kind of shit. No, they have enough cops and enough budget. They're just letting these riots run amok. So the problem isn't really the police, it's the left-wing leadership. The police chief, the mayor, and the university president are all enabling this Antifa riot shit. That's why it's happening over and over again, and it needs to stop. In the end, neither side should be using violence here. Let's all just have open and free discussions and let the best ideas rise to the top on their own merit. That's how America is supposed to be. We're a free country with freedom of speech and freedom of thought, and we shouldn't let one group like Antifa bully people into thinking their way with violence. And the left-wingers who are with Antifa need a reality check because, again, you guys are officially the baddies now. What do you guys think? Is Antifa violence getting out of control? Why does this shit keep happening in Berkeley? Who's to blame, the violent Antifa or the officials who enable them? Comment below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time. We also reached our first goal of $500 a month, so I'm going to be opening a P.O. box very soon, so you guys can send me letters and other fun stuff for maybe an unboxing video or something. We're also inching in on our next goal of $1,000 a month, which, when we reach, I will be doing a face reveal, so you get to see how handsome I am behind this microphone. Thanks again for watching and supporting. See y'all next time. One more thing, I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. Thanks again.
I mean, I really can't think of anything worse as a symbol than a skull.
Rats
anus?
Yeah, and if we were fighting an army marching under the banner of a rat's anus, I'd probably be a lot less worried, Hans.